I'm only getting started.
Hi everyone, Raceboy here again with another Forza Tips video, and today I'm going to be talking about controller layout and dead zone settings. So basically I want to start off with all of this stuff is preference. So the way I have it set up might not be the way that you like it. So handbrake and clutch, look back and look and back camera, and view button are all switched to on for me. This is kind of what I got used to back in the Forza 3 days, so I just swapped it to this, and this is what I've always been using. One thing I do strongly suggest is switching your handbrake and clutch, just so it's easier to shift if you're using your clutch. Some people do like the clutch being on the left bumper. Personally, I prefer it on the A button, just so I can hit A and B and A and X at the same time. Now for the dead zones, this is the standard default dead zone settings. Now what I like to do is I like to go 0 and 100 on just about everything that actually has a range of motion. So buttons won't really matter in this. For example, your clutch and your handbrake button, they're buttons so that it'll either be on and off. So adjusting those doesn't really do anything. So the one thing I will adjust as my controller gets more worn, if the joystick on the left gets to be kind of sloppy, I will bump it up a little bit just so it won't jump on its own and kind of slowly turn towards one side. And I'll explain what these adjustments do in a second. So basically what these adjustments are is the inside is how much it takes to register, and the outside is how much it takes to go max. So basically, if I'm going to demonstrate for you using the acceleration, what's going to happen is if I put it all the way up here to 80, it won't register my trigger until it hits 80% on the trigger actual movement. But if I go and take this all the way down to 20, as soon as I hit 20% on my trigger physically, it will register that as 100 and it will be full throttle. So I'm going to show you guys what that looks like. This is the controller I'm using. It's a Forza Motorsport 6 controller. My older controller got a little bit worn, but this is a standard controller just with a different paint job on it. So what I'm going to show you guys is what happens when you put your acceleration dead zones to 0 and 20. So what's going to happen here is I'm going to have motion through 0 and 20% on the actual trigger itself, and then as soon as I hit 20%, it'll register it as 100. So I'm going to do this really quick and watch the telemetry. So, and then I still have all this range of motion and it's on 100% throttle, even though I'm not 100% throttle, not even close. So this is all the range of motion that you have right here if you have it on 0 and 20 for the dead zones. And that goes with everything, including the brake and the steering. So basically it's the same concept for any of the other ones. If your brake is on 0 and 20, that's all you will get. You'll only get 20% range of motion, which means you'll be locking up your brakes very easily. And if you have your steering that way, then it'll be pretty much either max or nothing. So that's why I prefer to have full range of motion. Having it at 0 and 100 is the way that I enjoy it, and you know, it makes it easier to drive personally. That's my preference. So now I'm here again and I've changed my dead zone settings on my throttle to 80 and 100. So instead of the dead space being at the end of the throttle, it's going to be at the start of the throttle. So basically, I'm going to move the throttle and nothing will happen. There is no throttle at all. It does not register that until it gets to about 80% throttle. And it basically goes immediately to 100 with very little range of motion there. That's all you get right at the end. 20% range of motion. So that's again why I wouldn't use a setup like this, but I'm just showing extremes for you guys so you guys can know what happens and what the exact adjustments do. And again, this works the same way. So basically if you have your steering at 80 and 100, you won't get any range of motion until you get to about 80%. But I prefer it, as I said, to be at 0 and 100. And of course, as I said, this is all preference, just like your view. View doesn't change your actual speed, it's all just point of view and perspective, and that's all it really is. So thank you guys for watching, have a wonderful day. Hopefully this video helped you out. explaining the controller settings and dead zones for you guys. A lot of people ask about the dead zone settings and the controller settings themselves, so hopefully this explains it a little bit for you guys and shed some light. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel and like the video if you enjoyed it. We'll see you guys later.